Today, we're going to dive into a story about a technology that pretty much turned data management upside down. It's called hybrid columnar compression. We're going to see how making data smaller can actually open up a whole new world of possibilities.
So, let me just start with a question that sounds, well, kind of impossible. What if shrinking your data, compressing it down, could actually make it faster to get to? I know, it seems totally backwards, but that one idea is the key to this entire story.
To really get why this was such a big deal, we got to go back in time a bit, to the late 2000s. You have to picture it. Businesses were just drowning in data. Storage costs were going through the roof, and trying to actually analyze all that information, it was painfully slow. Something had to change. A new approach wasn't just a nice-to-have, it was absolutely essential.
And that new approach? It came from Oracle. Their answer to this whole data crisis was something pretty radical: hybrid columnar compression.
So what on earth is it? Well, you can think of hybrid columnar compression, or HCC, as a brilliant database feature that gives you the best of both worlds. It really cleverly mashes together two different ways of storing data, using a column-focused format right inside the traditional row-based structure.
This slide right here really shows you what I'm talking about, the two worlds that HCC brings together. So, in traditional row storage, right, all the info for one record, say one customer, is all grouped together. Columnar storage completely flips that. It groups all the values from a single column, like all of the customer last names, together. The real magic of HCC's hybrid model is that you get the insane speed of columnar storage when you're doing analytics, but you don't have to give up all the good stuff from the row-based world.
And this hybrid approach created this really fascinating trade-off, this balancing act, between speed and how much storage space you use. So let's dig into how that balance actually works.
The way it works is by giving you control. See, HCC isn't just a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It actually offers 4 different modes. If you need absolute maximum query speed for active analytics, you'd pick Query High. But if you're trying to shrink down old data for an archive, you'd go with Archive High. This flexibility means you can perfectly tune that balance for whatever you're doing, whether it's a super busy data warehouse or a long-term archive.
And here's maybe one of the coolest parts about HCC. For the person using it, for the application, it's completely invisible. You don't have to rewrite a single line of code or change how you ask the database for information. The database just handles all of the compression and decompression automatically behind the scenes. It just works.
And you got to understand, this wasn't some one-and-done invention. It was really the beginning of a whole evolution in efficiency that's been going on for more than a decade now.
So the journey kicks off back in 2009 with Oracle's super high-performance Exadata systems, which were built for data warehousing. Later on, it got integrated even more tightly with another feature called Smart Scan, which is brilliant, by the way. It pushes the data filtering work directly down to the storage service, and that made queries even faster. And where is it today? Well, now HCC is a core part of Oracle's cloud infrastructure, bringing massive savings and incredible performance to all kinds of modern workloads.
Okay, so after all that history and innovation, what was the actual real-world impact for businesses? Well, the results were, frankly, staggering.
The number you need to remember is 10. For analytics workloads, businesses were seeing up to a 10x reduction in their storage needs. And let me be clear, that's not 10%, that's 10 times less space. Can you just imagine the savings on storage hardware alone?
So to just sum it all up, the impact really came in 3 main flavors. First, it just massively cut down the need for physical storage. Second, it put analytical queries on hyperdrive, especially when you paired it with Exadata's Smart Scan. And third, it was this massive proof point for the value of designing your hardware and software together to get these unbelievable levels of performance.
And that really brings us to the most important takeaway of all. Hybrid columnar compression was never just about saving a little bit of space. It was a fundamental shift in how people thought about data. It proved that smart data compression isn't just a neat storage trick. It's a powerful, honest-to-goodness performance feature.